Hello, Altoids fans. I'm Kevin Ripa, and this is my Sans 3 Minutes Max. The magic keystroke combination for today is going to get us into something called recovery mode. For this mode, we are going to use that weird-looking Apple key, and we're going to use the R key. So, from a computer that is off, we press down the command or that funny little key, Apple symbol key, and R, and we hold both of those down. We press the power button and release it, holding command and R down still, and you're going to keep holding these down. You'll see the Apple symbol show up, keep holding them down, then you'll see a progress bar. Once you see the progress bar, you can now release these two buttons and allow the computer to boot into something called recovery mode. This is an incredibly important place in the computer for us because if we cannot get into recovery mode, we cannot prep a computer with a T2 security chip for acquisition. It just will not allow this. Inside here, this is where we can tell the computer to boot with no security. Because right now, by default, it's set as full security. So there's a lot of software, forensics acquisition software, we would not be able to run. You can also see here, allowed boot media. Disallow is checked. You need to change it to allow booting, or the computer will not boot from an external drive. And it doesn't matter what that external drive is. Nothing is bypassing this. Macquisition, for as much as it costs, cannot bypass this. You have to change this manually. The free boot disks, which we'll talk about in later episodes, cannot bypass this. You must come into recovery mode and you must change these settings. It is also from within here that we can access a terminal window so that we can capture the date and time of the machine as a comparison against actual date and time. And this is also where we can turn on and off the firmware password. We're going to talk more about the firmware password in an upcoming episode because it is kind of important, not just from a forensic perspective, but also to assist you and keep your computer valueless to someone that might steal it. I only talk about this one because it's happened to me, and I want to make sure that if somebody steals your computer, really there's nothing they can do with it and they can't even resell it. But in the meantime and in between time, that's it. Another episode of 3 Minutes Max.